Hi there, my name is Neil Robinson. I'm the sales manager here at Storth Machinery. Just wanted to pull together a quick video to talk you around our ContractorPlus Twin Dribble Bar. Okay, first place to start really is round the front. So we'll whiz round there and we'll have a look at the linkage. So here we are, we're on the front end of the machine. So as you can see, it's reasonably comfortable for me to get here. I know I'm not the biggest chaps, but it's comfortable for him to get in to hitch up the dribble bar to the tractor. We've got lots of, you can see the strength there in the profiles in terms of what we're trying to do, and that really resounds throughout the machine. So it's built strong, it's built to last, it isn't built cheap, and it's built, we're looking really at value for money rather than cheap. Everything is fully galvanized as you'd expect at Storth, and then everything is fully supported. So you can see here you've got the operator's manual, so full CE and UK CA marking, parts on the shelf, and full support UK. Okay, yeah, while we're here, hydraulic link up. So you can see here we've got the electro-hydraulic kit on this. I would say 75% of the ContractorPlus Twin Dribble Bars we sell will have that on. Gives great operator comfort. You've got a nice simple control panel inside the cab, and it basically gets you down to load sensing wise one hydraulic supply. It gives you control and auto reverse on the macerators, and it takes the stress off the tractor in terms of it having to pump for the macerators all day long. So it's with the load sensing, it's only being supplied the oil it actually requires. As a standard, the machine is plugged straight in the back of the tractor, and you will require 2 double acting, so one for the fold unfold, 1 double acting for the macerators, and then you can see you will then want 3 single acting for the dividing of the slurry. That becomes quite challenging when you also then consider the front reeler and the capacity then to piggyback on a rear reeler. Okay. So here we are, back around the other side of the machine, and as I mentioned, here are your A-frame mounting points. So those are standard, whether it's a standard A-frame, whether it's a Storth heavy duty, or whether that's an A-frame from other manufacturers. This is all standard setups for a Cat 2, Cat 3 linkage. We've got slurry's going to end up coming in through here, and this one has got a shug coupling on it. As a standard, we would put onto there a Storz coupling, and that's available as it's standard as a 4-inch Storz. So you can have a 4 or 5-inch Storz. You can have a shug fitting, as you can see here, or you can have a bower fitting, entirely up to you. You just saw there I'm sliding out the pipe guide, so that packs away nice and compactly. So when we're not using this, push this in here, pin in here, sweeps round out the way, and we have a device there to stop that in transport wiggling all over the place. So it's nice and compact when we transport. Nice strong intake 4-inch pipe. You can see lots of structure and weld and strength. Solid pipe, not a flexible pipe that's going to wear and restrict the slurry flow. So we're not looking to restrict the slurry flow. 360 twist joint here, and this will come round, as you can see, pretty much 180, 180. So lots of movement there from that point of view. Slurry's up through here. If we're looking at a flow meter, that is where we would mount the flow meter. The machine's also capable of housing an IR sensor. We just redirect the slurry a little bit before it comes into the top manifold. So here we are, up through here. A little bit clever and a little bit of science in here. A lot of manufacturers will use a simple Y piece to divide the slurry here. Our feeling is that if you're on a hillside, then it's very, very easy for the slurry to take one direction or another. What we're looking to do, and you can see from this box here, it comes up and it hits the box, which breaks up the flow, and then it divides the slurry left and right. And in our opinion, that helps on hillsides and it helps the flow. So so that's really important and a bit of a special feature for us. As you can see, the twin dribble bars over the last 5 years have become really popular because of visibility. So you can see from the tractor, I can see the hose behind, I can see if I've got a reeler on, I can see exactly what's going on. So that's one of the benefits of having a twin dribble bar. Another one then is the ability to split the feed. So you can see we have left and right spool control. So we've got in butts and short work with an ability to shut one side of the dribble bar off while operating the other. And if we are finding on a hillside that more slurry is coming to the bottom of the hill than the top of the hill, we can slightly close one of the valves to then promote the flow of slurry to the other side. And the last valve here, we've got a nice tap on it, is the blowout valve, so the splash kit valve. So really people are using that when they want to blow out with a sponge. So you can have the splash, well, the splash plate with the Bauer splash plate on the end is a standard. If you wish to remove it and just blow the sponge out that way, then so be it, but that's a standard feature through. So we've now got the slurry up here, we've broken the flow, it's dividing itself off. It's down these pipes here into our macerators unit. Some of the benefits are, as you can see, dead simple, easy to get into. It's rotating around about 50 to 60 RPM, so it's a slow rotation. If you've got the electro-hydraulics, it will run one way for 20 to 30 seconds and it will change direction. So there is even wear within that, and there's no chance of anything snagging it up. If it's on the standard manual control, I would promote that for every length you change the direction so you get even wear. Slurry is flowing from here down into what we call the coffin, and then the coffin has slits at either end where the slurry will pass down through. And you can see here we've got there a 12mm Hardox edge there, working against a 12mm Hardox base there. So you're 12mm, and you're rotating around about 50-60 RPM, so it is very low wearing. A few years ago we released tanker dribble bars, and it was a whole new ball game. So you're introducing straw, silage, cow hair, all sorts of delightful stuff into the macerator. We had a few tweaks to make, and then we came with our chopper kit here, and this chopper kit is standard. So you've got sprung loaded spurs, I would call them, like cowboy boots there, which then are off center, and they will rotate and clean any cow hair or nastiness off the holes. So dead simple, really serviceable. I'm only a short chap, and you can see I'm in. And that is one of the other benefits of twin dribble bars, and a massive benefit of the Storth dribble bar. 40mm holes here, and we're going from the 40mm holes into the 51mm pipe here, and then we're going down to this blue pipe, which is 63mm. So all the time we're going out, out, out. We're leaving no shoulders or edges for the slurry to catch. So sawdust or anything like that, it will flow down. A lot of macerators are putting that to a very small 20p piece hole, which promotes blockage, and it promotes not releasing some of the stones and stuff. Well, at that 40 to 51 to 63, yeah, it reduces an awful lot of that pressure on the macerator itself. Our hydraulic drive here, which is turning the macerator, say about 60 RPM. Then we have a gap before it goes through a triple seal, which then drives this coffin. The idea is that if the triple seal is neglected in terms of its serviceability, and slurry manages to leak past that seal, it then dribbles down the side of the motor. It does not go into the motor, and there's no risk of contamination. Another benefit of the twin over a single is you can see all of the pipes are really secure, and there's nothing flapping about. A lot of the single macerator machines wear hoses pretty quickly because they're up, down, and the hoses are not supported. So you can see here all of the hoses are supported, and within reason they all run downhill, so the chance of blockage is minimal. There's an odd one, and yes, there is an odd one, but it's very few that flow uphill. Models available are either 10 metre, and that would have a 250mm spacing on the blue pipes, or you've got the 12 metre, which is what this is, and it has 300mm spacing on the pipes. On the twin, you can see we doubled the width here of the elbow because of the additional support was needed with the macerators out here. So loads of strength built into here, grease nipples there, serviceable bearings in there. We have the transport lock here, so it's mechanically locking the transport, hydraulically locking the transport in there, so it's very secure in transport. And it also, as it folds up, you'll see it then secures itself onto this rest and housing there. So in transport, where we want to negate this pressure here when we're going down bumpy roads at 50k and the twisting and turning, so we're trying to support this joint with that support there and locking it so we have no movement in transport, and we're minimizing the wear on these pivots here. Moving out, we can see we've got the hydraulic ram here. We've a second ram for the second wing here, and then we have a third one here for the outer wing, which is a reasonably new addition here. Brake back capacity, we've got an accumulator here. So if we do bump into telegraph poles, or we find on bumpy land we're down, there is an ability to brake back, and that's where that accumulator looks to let the oil back, and it brakes back through the hydraulics there. Got full LED road lighting. Again, that is road legal, and it is built to CE and UKCA standards. A lot of manufacturers bang lights on wherever. These lights are in a legal position and at a legal width. We're trying to make something that's really, really serviceable, that gives you great value on day one, but on year 5 and year 6 and year 8 and beyond, it's giving you something that's potentially as good as day one if you've looked after it. So we're very conscious about that. Now we then have a splash plate option here. So if you want to, we can fit an external splash plate here, pop these off and onto the splash plate, which gives the ability to not use it as a dribble bar, to use it as a splash plate if we've got customers that would prefer it to be applied in that way. I think that is about it. So if you want to know any more, please give me or one of the sales team at Storth a shout, and we'd be only too happy to help you. Thanks a lot for your time and watching the video.